Hello, I'm FPX ToycatA, and oh my god, I've made 500 of these, so you probably get the point by now about this being my survival Let's Play world, and we can get straight into it, because a couple of weeks ago, I decided to add to my museum a brand new collection, and that collection was every single item in Minecraft, all 210 of them. However, a lot of people's first question was like, so, you have a great museum, but what's that about the Elder Guardian we just saw on your face? And yeah, basically, there is an Elder Guardian in this museum, and it gives you the mining fatigue effect. And people just say, why don't you just bring a bucket of milk with you and that way you can drink it? Here's the problem though, if you drink a bucket of milk, which is a great way to remove every single status effect in Minecraft, as you can see a few seconds later, you'll just get the same status effect back. And although at the time I basically mentioned it's next to impossible to deal with, that's technically incorrect, and let me show you how you can actually deal with this. Step 1, breed some cows. Step 2 is to borrow some of those cows. There are probably more practical ways of moving cows away, but this one is much more fun. Step 3 is obviously tying the cows to a fence post, which we're going to do like so, and boom, just like that, we now have access to cows whenever we walk in and out of a room, which means we have access to milk. And even though we only get about 5 seconds of mining fatigue removed, it means that's enough time, just about, as you can see, to, for instance, if we want to remove some blocks on the floor, like just down here, we can do that just about in time, sometimes at least. But the second question, upon seeing every single item in Minecraft, with obviously the food being separate, because I've got a food gallery, is why exactly then do you only have one enchanted book? Surely you need every enchantment to have every enchanted book if you want to have every item. However, that's an interesting kind of controversial one, but I figured, you know what, you're right. If you want to have true completion in Minecraft, you need to not only have access to no mining fatigue, you need to not only have all 210 items in Minecraft, plus all of the 30 plus food types, but you need to have every single possible enchanted gear type. And obviously, everyone knows what the best level of gear is. It's netherite. You go through wood, then you go through stone, then you go through iron, diamond, and there's netherite at the very top. And then enchanted netherite's the very best, so I have some enchanted netherite gear plus an elytra. It's very good. Everyone knows about my enchanted netherite equipment. However, you can do one better than this. If you really want to have every piece of enchanted gear, you need to do better than just having these pieces. And obviously, if you watch my videos, you're familiar with the fact that I walk around with the two most important enchanted gears that people don't realize, the enchanted flint and steel and the enchanted shears. However, there are still several other pieces of equipment that most people don't even know about, and you might not even know you can enchant in survival Minecraft. And so today, my goal is to show you a fully enchanted equipment set, because you're going to need this in your life sooner or later, and let me show you where, because of course, the easiest example you're forgetting about is the trident. A trident can come with a bunch of enchantments. There's Riptide, there's Loyalty, and there's Channeling. You need all 3 of those. You might argue you need Impaling as well, but that's, you can have lots of great opinions. It doesn't make them any less invalid just because they're wrong, obviously. And so yeah, I've got myself a loyalty-free trident. It's delightful, it's wonderful. Look at how wonderfully it can kill sheep and then come back to me, so I can do 2 things at once. What a delightful little tool it is. You might forget about it, but it is an essential part of your arsenal for when you want kind of ranged attacks. It's also probably really useful for like ghasts and stuff. I should give that a try after, shouldn't I? Wait, is it gonna come back to me? Did I throw it too far? Okay, no, we're fine. Anyway, so the wonderful thing about the trident is the fact that we can obviously take it and we can enchant it with other things. But it just so happens that I'm lucky enough to have spent the hours working on this beforehand, but you can trade for mending, as I'm sure most of you know by now. Just in case you don't know, some villagers will sell you mending. Some of them will do it for 34 emeralds. Is that 54? Oh no, that's just on my stack. Some of them will cost you 34 emeralds, some of them will cost you a lot less than that, but you can trade for mending if you would like to. Okay, let's test the theory. There's a ghast over there. I'd like the ghast to be not alive, and so I'll throw... Wait, there we go. Okay, so it's not actually that great, because it requires 2 throws, but it is pretty fun. However, even with my mending trident, I'm still missing one crucial thing, and that is the fact that after about 200 uses, this trident will break. And although I love being able to kill 100 ghasts, maybe fewer if I keep missing them like this one, where is my trident gone? Ah, there we go. Yeah, it takes a long time to get... Oh, damn, you know... The trident is not a good ghast killer, but that's not going to stop me from trying anyway. Here we go. Okay, this is terrible. Okay, I got it. Oh, wow, I knocked back the fireball that time. Okay, look at this. So you can see that the trident's going to be going for a lot of uses, and so there's another thing you can do to your trident to make it even better, and that doesn't just include getting good at aiming so you don't miss the ghasts every time, but it instead involves going to the end. So yeah, there is still one incredibly useful enchantment that's missing, and it just so happens that mine comes in my end. Again, you can do this in any village you want to. It's one of those rare but incredibly useful enchantments to farm, and that is, of course... Have you turned into a fisherman? And that is, of course... Are you also a fisherman? I hope you sell my book that I want. Oh no, I think... Okay, no, there we go. Unbreaking 3 is the useful one. I mean, Depth Strider is useful for the right sort of person, but Unbreaking 3 is the book that you want pretty badly, and I'm 1 emerald short, it seems. Oh wait, not anymore, I'm not. There we go. Unbreaking 3. So all I have to do now is add Unbreaking onto the trident, and look at that, I have myself a fully enchanted trident, which if you add it to my 4 tools, plus my sword, my 4 pieces of armor, plus my elytra, and then my flint and steel and my shears, that is a total, including the trident of course, of 13 separate enchanted items, and I think that is a pretty decent record. Also, while I'm here in the end anyway, I'm gonna grab myself some more Unbreaking 3 books to take home with me. I have a fun question, by the way. Because we're in the end where there's no daylight cycles, when do the villagers' trades refresh? Is there like a fixed time, or like how do I know when I can buy? Oh, I guess I can just do it immediately. That's weird. Huh, the end might be really useful for trading actually, for this particular reason, that there's basically no limit on what you can buy from villagers, it looks like. Yeah, I guess I'm limited by the number of books I have. That's useful to know. By the way, while we're trading for these Unbreaking books, I can also fix up my mending trident so we can kill 2 birds of the same stone, I guess. Huh, that is a really interesting, feels like a loophole thing. But you know what? We're gonna go back to the overworld where there are no loopholes whatsoever, because Minecraft Bedrock is a perfectly bug-free game, as we all know. Oh no, okay, this is getting bad. I was just trying to trade with the flint and steel in my hand, and I lit the villager on fire. Or the villager's house. You know, lighting someone's house on fire is basically the same as lighting them on fire, which is why I'd like to quickly give you a service announcement that did you know if you have a house fire, you might be involved in it. And did you know greater than 99% of house fires happen to people who aren't subscribed to the IBX ToycatA YouTube channel? I mean, it can be something as simple as a mistake, or it can be something intentional. We don't really know what it is until it happens, and only you can fight house fires, I guess. And so just like that, I have a full set of enchanted gear, right? I finally have my enchanted flint and steel and shears, my enchanted full set of armor plus elytra, my enchanted set of tools, including the trident. However, I'm missing something pretty crucial, and that is of course the crossbow, which I enchanted semi-recently. The X-bow, as we might call it, mending, unbreaking, multi-shot as well. So obviously if you're going to include the crossbow, you've got to include an enchanted bow. Fortunately, again, no shortage of those lying around. I know there's controversy about using unbreaking and mending together versus using you know, like infinity on a bow. However, I would much rather have a bow that uses arrows, which are functionally free. I mean, do I have a shortage of arrows? This is actually quite a low number. I have a bunch of arrows lying around somewhere. But, you know, there's no shortage of arrows in Minecraft. And, you know, given that it doesn't work on tipped arrows anyway, I think mending and unbreaking is better to preserve your bow because arrows are not a thing in shortage. Plus, even, you might think the infinity enchantment lets you use infinite arrows. Oh, you're not limited to 5 stacks like poor me over here. You can use infinite, but you can only use as many arrows as your bow can actually support. And obviously my bow can support a near infinite number of arrows, even if I have to pay for them myself, whereas an infinity bow, like Prow mentioned, is something like 8,000 once you do the calculations for how many times you can enchant it. Basically what I'm saying right here, it's a terrible idea. Also, it's not the last thing you can enchant. You know, this might seem pedantic, but also there's fishing rods. Obviously, fishing rods in Minecraft can be enchanted with things like Luck of the Sea, with Lore, with Luck of the Sea and Lore, and so obviously, the best fishing rod in Minecraft looks like this. It has Unbreaking 3, Luck of the Sea, and Lore, so obviously the best fishing rod is the 16th mega enchanted item. However, then we're forgetting about something just as crucial in my opinion, because what about the carrot on a stick? I mean, sometimes this is a very real, very common situation. You're going to be feeding a pig with a carrot on a stick, and you don't want to be wasting all the durability you normally would, so what you need to do is you need to enchant your carrot on a stick with the 2 logical enchantments of Unbreaking, which just broke my my anvil, funnily enough. You know what? You claim to be unbreaking, but what did you just do to me, carrot on a stick? Sorry, that was very rude of my brand new acquire piece of gear that I just have. But what I'm also going to put on my carrot on a stick for when it makes a mistake and it needs to make that mistake better, we're going to have mending on there so it can fix it very easily. You can probably guess that the next piece of gear is going to be the warped fungus on a stick, which at one point was Minecraft's longest item name. I mean, it's funny looking at, 1.17 titles like wax slightly weathered cut copper stairs or whatever, and comparing it to just warped fungus on a stick. They were simpler times, but you know what we can do? We can make this unbreaking, and we can make this mend as well. I mean, it can't mend my anvil, but it can mend my heart. Once we also throw mending on this thing, we have the warped fungus on a stick, which, by the way, I want to remind you, we can add a bunch of characters to the name if we want to make it even longer for some reason. You shouldn't want to, but you know what? I totally do. If we're spending experience on it anyway, we might as well make it fun. Yeah, that's a nice long name for a nice long use of an item that I'll be using all the time, you better believe. And that is the 17th enchanted item we can have. Obviously, I should mention the 18th. It's something that no one really likes that much, but as of the Never update, you have been able to enchant Netherite hose if you really want to. So here is my Netherite hoe, enchanted with Unbreaking and Efficiency. We can throw mending on this if we want to, but you know what? I don't need mending. I need for loyalty to be there in the first place. Why can't we put loyalty in our hose? Minecraft, why do you do this to us? Why are you making a game that is so degrading to one of the lovely genders that I am very respectful of normally, but I cannot stand the Minecraft version of the hose because it is not okay. You know what? I'm sorry, internet. I just can't count it as one of the first 17, but this is the 18th enchanted item you can have. The 19th is one you're probably forgetting about, but just for fun here, let's go and show you that there is in fact, oh, that is the wrong chest. Let's show that there is in fact a 19th font item that you can enchant in Minecraft, and that is the shield. So you can throw onto a shield Unbreaking. There's no huge reason to, unless you like the glowy shield, and you better believe I like the glowy shield. And then also we can throw mending on there. That is Unbreaking and mending on a shield. We'll call it shield all caps just to yell at people who use it so you know it's important. And there we go. That is 19 enchanted pieces of Minecraft itemry. That is every single thing you can enchant. Anything beyond this point. So for instance, you can enchant a diamond helmet as well as having your enchanted netherite helmet, but it's the same piece of gear. It's a helmet. You can have another enchanted diamond pickaxe, and indeed I do in my inventory. I use diamond pickaxes for my disposable projects, like mining all the end stone that I'm placing in my ocean right now. But obviously, that's just the same as a netherite pickaxe, just worse. And so there are 19 individual enchantable pieces of gear in Minecraft in legit survival. If you play creative on console, you can do any enchanted piece of gear. If you play creative on Bedrock, you're still limited to these 19. And now you know, those are the things you can enchant. Obviously, there is then the next level up from this, which is now you have every single enchanted piece of gear in Minecraft. Here are my 19 pieces in their glory. The next level up then is to try and do better than this. I mean, for instance, I think that my boots are really well enchanted. They've got fire protection, they've got feather falling, depth strider, unbreaking, and mending. However, we could also put, I don't think you can put Frostwalker and Depth Strider together, but you can have Soul Speed and Depth Strider on the same boots, so we could do better than this. This Netherite chestplate only has projectile protection. We could go for protection instead, which is more specific, or, you could have a different chestplate with protection or blast protection for different things you're doing. A different set of tridents that are enchanted for every situation. One with Riptide on, because Riptide and Loyalty are mutually exclusive. Also, there's better ways we could enchant everything. If we really wanted to, besides the just Unbreaking, mending combos, because particularly my helmet, right? My helmet is missing Unbreaking. Should we put Unbreaking on there right now, as well as something else? I feel like we could put like one of the Respiration enchantments on there, just to finish it up as well. So let's do that. Yeah, I have an absurd number of enchantments because I just enchant a bunch of books, thinking that maybe I'll need them one day. Like, Aqua Affinity also seems like a good one to have on a helmet, right? And so, for the low price of just 3 levels, I can have Aqua Affinity on my helmet, and I can mine underwater slightly better than I can before. For the low price of just 6 levels I cannot afford, I can put Unbreaking on that helmet, and I can slowly reduce the amount of experience I use just on healing up. And so yeah, these are the 19 pieces of enchantable gear that you can have in Minecraft. Isn't that fun? Okay, now we've gone through things that you can actually use for your Minecraft world in some effective way, because again, even though you might argue the carrot on the stick is pedantic, it is actually useful to someone. It just, you might argue not as useful as a bow, but it doesn't have to be as useful, it just has to be potentially useful. So now I need to talk about things that aren't useful to anyone, but we have to mention them otherwise, because otherwise someone in the comments will be real pedantic and say, actually, there are more than 19 things you can enchant. So ignoring the fact that you could argue that a turtle helmet is better than a netherite helmet in one particular way. So a turtle helmet would be the 20th piece if you wanted to go that way. Ignoring that you could probably argue that for any other piece of armor. There is also curses. You can put the curse of vanishing and the curse of binding on a helmet, on a pumpkin, and as well as a creeper head. And so if you wanted to, in the sense that you could make those things worse, because obviously binding a pumpkin someone's head is terrible, but that's better if you want to be terrible. You get what I'm saying? If you want to be terrible, there's lots of things you can do to be better. And a great example of that is that, you know what? The best enchantment, if you're trying to confuse other people... Also, there's my helmet. Let's put that on. The best enchantment, if you're trying to confuse other people, is just, to come full circle here, to have a Elder Guardian somewhere near your stuff. If there's an Elder Guardian hidden away behind a bunch of layers of, obsidian or what have you, it's going to be very hard for anyone to do anything near you. Think about it. The amount of pain I've created myself with this situation right here. Why do I have one spare piece of glass? Let's put that on the floor over there. But the amount of pain I create myself with this Elder Guardians effect is an amount of pain you can create for other people near your base. And so there's a fun reminder for you that, you know what? The most painful things you can do in Minecraft are accidental things that you'll realize are important later. And before we go today, because you know what, one of the sections of the Let's Plays people like to keep up with, especially because we missed, or I wouldn't say we missed episode 500, it was a special. If you missed it, then you know what, you're not very special. That's how missing specials works. But just a little bit of an update as to my life. As I record this, I'm just a few days before entering the United States, or at least going into the black box that is the United States border security if you're not an American citizen. Just because I follow all the rules, it doesn't mean you're necessarily allowed in or whatever. Or it doesn't mean I'm not going to be detained for hours in a room next to a bunch of people. So I don't know how that will have gone by now. But I've been enjoying what's been going on so far. I mean, I feel this interesting thing. Like I felt like almost caught in the middle in terms of like two different forms of guilt. Like I've been my situation, my having to follow legal guidelines to get into the America situation is like a lot of people's dreams, right? Ooh, being in Mexico. Oh, Mexico's so hot. I love the weather. Ignoring that I don't dislike weather. There's an interesting thing in that, like, having someone else's dream be thrust onto you in a way you don't want, right? Like, should you feel grateful even if you really don't want a thing and it's not built for you? And it's a hard question to answer on some level. But also the other end of it is like, okay, so should you be grateful and doing stuff? And also the other thing is like, am I wasting? Because I've been mostly staying inside, playing some Minecraft, eating some food every day, going out for that, obviously. But like outside of that, not too much. It makes you wonder if like maybe will future you regret just being doing nothing while you're surrounded by people doing the opposite of nothing? And there's an interesting thing in that I think is the real question to be asking, right? Is like, what will future you think of current you's actions? And I try to make sure future me doesn't hate current me too much. And I hope that you indeed can do that as well. Okay, I hear there's one final wave of this, I think, because there might be two more waves we're on normal. But let's do it. Let's kill these pillagers. Actually, no, I've got a fully enchanted set of gear. Why am I not making more advantage of that? Let's do this. Let's kill these guys exclusively with my brand new trident, and then I guess we could like fish them to death. If I put the shield in my offhand, I could have done something fun there. What a waste. Why do I have a trident? I mean, why do I have a totem? I'm not going to be dying anytime too soon. But yeah, just a fun reminder. There's lots of fun, wacky bits in Minecraft you don't know about. Or you do know about, but you don't think about, is what I'm saying. It'd be weird if you didn't know about a trident. I'm gonna level you there. You should know what a trident is by now. If you don't, I guess welcome to the channel. Hope you learn some things while you're here. But also, let's go for it. Let's look at this snipe right here. Gonna put it off. It's gonna be great. Oh yeah, that's good. Doesn't even know I'm here yet. Okay, now he knows I'm here. Does it really take 3 full hits of the trident to kill a pillager? I can see why people don't use this very often day to day. Like, it's just a less useful bow. Unless you replace your sword with it, but you'd be insane to replace your sword with it. Because your sword gets looting and it gets smite one. I just one hit kill that skeleton. Maybe there's some world where we can make this work. But yeah, this is every enchantment. That is my life situation I hope things are going well as you watch this video. I'll let you know via a live stream soon, this Thursday. That's when I live stream. And for now, I just want to say thank you for watching the videos. I'm super nervous about releasing the Iron Brew thing. It's going to be my only ever member-only release because I just don't want people to see it. But like, if you want to satisfy your morbid curiosity, just know that me living one of my childhood dreams and buying 46 liters of fizzy drink and then taking a bath in it, just know that's coming soon. But you shouldn't want to watch it. If you want to watch it, there's something wrong with you. But if there's something wrong with you, then I'm willing to sell you the cure. But I'm not happy that I'm selling you the cure, is what I'm saying. Yep, that seems about right. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm looking forward to episode 502. It's going to be a good one, and I'll see you all there next week. Hope you have a good day, and I hope that you too decide to get a fully enchanted 19 set of enchantment stuff. If you want to go crazy and have 20 with the turtle helmet, or 21 with the pumpkin locked on Son's head, feel free to do that as well. But for now, hope you all enjoyed, because I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.